Layoff announcements skyrocketed toward the end of 2025 as generative AI and economic tightening pressure corporations to restructure their workforces. Globally, nearly 40% of workers' core skills will be disrupted by 2030 due to AI and digitalization.
We ask kids that are 16 to 18 years old to make $100,000 debt decisions when they go off to university. And they're not prepared for that. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. They just assume, okay, I'm going to pay 4 years of education at $25,000 a pop, and when I come out the other side, somehow I'll be able to pay it back.
Right.
That's not how life works anymore.
There's no need even to have a college degree at all.
I think explore what you want to do before committing is really like the key thing, and keep yourself flexible. I think that's. I
agree.
Yeah.
The people who are doing the work that we care about are figuring out what to do next, not following the person who told them what to do next. And the problem with most colleges is they are high school, but with more binge drinking.
Most of us follow a script we were handed pretty early on, right? Go to school, get good grades, find a safe, secure job, and just climb that ladder. But what if that entire script is actually designed to keep you running in place? Today, we're going to tear that script up. We're breaking down the real rules of wealth, the ones they definitely don't teach you in college, but are absolutely crucial if you want to achieve any kind of real financial freedom.
So here's how we're going to break this all down. We'll kick things off with what I call the college myth. Then we'll dive into the really powerful concepts of leverage and ownership. After that, we'll get into the specific skills you need to build, and we'll wrap it all up with a practical escape plan you can actually start using. All right, first up, the college myth. We need to really look at the system that so many of us are caught in. You've probably heard it called the Matrix or the rat race. The thing is, it's designed to keep you busy, for sure, but it is absolutely not designed to make you wealthy. This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? A salary is basically engineered to be just comfortable enough so you don't look for other options, but it's rarely ever enough to give you real, genuine freedom. It's the classic golden handcuffs, keeping you chained to a desk. See, the whole business model of employment is based on something called arbitrage, but a fancy word for being the middleman for your time. Here's what that really means. The company you work for, their entire goal is to buy your time and skills for one price and then sell the result of that time for a much, much higher price. That gap between the two, that's their profit. And it automatically puts a cap on what you can earn.
And check this out. This chart just lays it out perfectly. Let's say a client pays your company 2,000 rupees for an hour of your work. Well, you might only see, 400 or 500 of that? The rest, that huge chunk in the middle, is the value gap. That's the company's profit. Escaping the rat race is all about learning how to capture more of the value that you create.
So how do you even begin to close that gap? Well, that brings us right to our second section, the reality of leverage. This is probably the first huge key to breaking free. It has nothing to do with working more hours. It's all about working smarter.
We're all told this story that money comes from hard work. But if that were really true, every single construction worker and farmer would be a multimillionaire. The truth, the reality that wealthy people understand, is that real wealth comes from leverage, from amplifying your efforts so that your output is no longer tied one-to-one with your time.
So what is leverage exactly? Just think of it like a force multiplier. It's any system, any tool, any resource that lets you get a much, much bigger result from one single action. It's how you make money while you're on vacation. It's how you get paid while you sleep.
And there are really four main types of leverage you can use. First up, you've got people, hiring teams, freelancers, an assistant to handle tasks. Then there's capital. That's your money making more money for you through investments. You've also got code. Think of an app or a piece of software that can serve millions of people at once with no extra work from you. And finally, you have media, like a video or an article that you create one time and it works for you around the clock 24/7. The truly wealthy, they master all four.
Now, leverage is an incredibly powerful tool, but you need an engine to actually drive it. And that brings us to the third critical mindset shift, the power of ownership. This one goes directly against that common advice that saving your money is the key to financial security.
You hear it all the time, right?
Save your money, cut your expenses, save, save, save. But let's be real. With inflation eating away at your cash every single year, saving is a losing game. Real wealth isn't built by hoarding money in a bank account. It's built by using money to buy or create assets that then generate more money for you.
This little table just breaks it down so simply. The poor are often forced to focus just on saving what little they have. The middle class gets stuck on an endless treadmill of budgeting their expenses. But the rich focus on one thing above everything else: owning. And listen, ownership isn't some abstract concept just for billionaires. Look at these examples right here. It can be a side business you start. It can be a personal brand that attracts opportunities to you. It's owning stocks in great companies or a piece of real estate. It can even be digital assets like an online course. These are real things you can start building, like today.
Okay, so you get it. You need leverage and you need to own assets. But how do you actually get them? That brings us to Section 4, focusing on the skills that actually generate cash flow. And spoiler alert, they're often very, very different from what you learn to get a college degree.
And this is the absolute heart of it. A degree might make you look smart, it might open a few doors, but the market doesn't pay you for your diploma. The market pays you for your ability to solve valuable problems for other people. And that ability comes from specific, high-impact skills.
So forget all the abstract stuff. These are the 5 skills that directly translate into wealth. Number 1, sales. If you can sell, you will never ever be broke. Number 2, marketing, so you can influence people at scale. 3, money management, so you can multiply the capital you have. 4, communication, because clarity equals income. And finally, number 5, building systems, so you can automate the whole thing.
Think about it. College teaches you about the periodic table and world history, but it almost never teaches you the real game of life. How taxes actually work, how to use credit as a tool, how to negotiate a deal, or how to build a personal brand. These are the subjects that will truly shape your financial future.
All right, let's tie all of this together. In our final section, we're going to build your escape plan. We've talked about the problem, we've talked about the principles, now let's map out the actual steps to make this happen. First, let's get clear on the goal. What are we even fighting for? It's not just a big number in a bank account. The real prize is freedom. Specifically, these 3 pillars. Location freedom, so you can live and work from anywhere on Earth. Time freedom, so you control your own schedule. And finally, money freedom, where your assets pay for your lifestyle and work becomes a choice, not a necessity.
And this is the roadmap. It starts with Phase 1. For the next 3 to 12 months, you go all in, laser-focused on developing one high-income skill. Then you move into Phase 2. You use that skill to build a personal brand over the next 6 to 18 months, attracting clients and opportunities. Phase 3 is launching your first real business to scale those efforts. And finally, Phase 4 is the ongoing part. You take the cash flow from that business and you just keep investing it into other assets, creating this incredible virtuous cycle of wealth.
And you know, when you boil it all down, it comes to this one powerful idea. The system is designed to keep you as a consumer of products, of media, of entertainment. But true freedom, true wealth, that is reserved for the people who shift their identity and become creators. Creators of value, creators of solutions, creators of businesses.
And so that leaves us right here with one simple, final question that you have to ask yourself. In your daily life, in your career, and how you spend your time, are you primarily a creator or are you a consumer? Because your answer to that question will determine everything. The path is right there, but the choice to walk it, that's all yours.